Laura Blanchard, and you're watching The Steve Smith Show, and this is brought to you by Clint Bradley with Country Financial. Coach, I stood outside the field house and I agonized about this because, I mean, no matter what the level of professionalism is supposed to be, I'm a Bulldog at heart.
Right.
So I took this personal. Josh, I'm coming for you. I know where you live. I'll find you. But, Coach, it always stinks to lose, especially to lose at home.
Right.
Let's just talk about it.
I mean, we just got to get it out there. Ohatchee, played a great game tonight. First thing I'd like to do is just commend them. Coach Martin and his staff, they were very well prepared. They came in and they had a great game plan. They executed it. They were able to control the ball on the offensive side. We weren't able to get off the field on the defense. And then offensively, when we had our opportunities, we just didn't make the most of them. And again, their defense, they got after us. I think we scored the first couple times we had the ball, and then we didn't scratch the rest of the night. We turned it over 4 times, which is kind of uncharacteristic of us. We had 1 turnover in the first 5 games, I believe, before tonight, and then had 4 tonight. And but they were creating a lot of that, and they made a lot of plays, and that's just credit to them for being well prepared and doing a great job of executing their game plan.
They did do a good job. Man, my heart is broken right now. I wish Ben would break up with me so I'd trade that for a win. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Wow. Let's not get carried away.
I can't help it. Coach, I mean, there really were, there were moments of greatness and it looked like Piedmont football, and then there were moments where I was like, who even is that kid?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a great learning lesson. We spent all this past week hearing how great we were because of the way we played against a bigger school last week, and I tried to caution against getting overconfident because I knew what kind of ball team Ohatchee has, and they're very well prepared each and every week. They don't do a whole lot of different stuff, but they do what they do really well. And we had some opportunities tonight. We got them behind the chains a little bit, and then we would allow a big play, and we prepared the guys so they'd throw the ball a little bit more against us than they had in other games, and they did. And they executed those plays, and again, offensively on our end, we scored the first couple times we had it, and then we just kind of went in the tank and just went dry and weren't able to get anything going. We weren't able to establish any kind of rhythm, and a lot of that had to do with the play that they had on the defensive side. And several times that we had some things that were working, and we were just 1 man away and 1 block away, and that guy made a good open field tackle against us and prevented a big play. And I thought that's what they did defensively against us tonight. Was they just did a good job of keeping everything in front, and we didn't have any of those real explosive plays tonight, 20, 25, 30 yards. And if you're not careful, you get in the habit of just sitting around and waiting on somebody to make one of those 70, 80-yard plays. And tonight they kept everything in front. They kept a couple safeties over the top to not give up anything deep in the passing game. And, we had some short stuff that we liked against what they were doing. We just weren't able to execute it and make those connections tonight.
Well, Coach, do you have a peanut gallery?
Peanut gallery.
Yep.
Coach, you kind of hit on it a second ago a little bit, but talk about how you can take something like this as a negative and kind of turn it into a positive as a learning opportunity moving forward.
Well, most of these guys, they were there last year, and they remember the game at Welborn and how we rebounded from that. And I told them as we called them up at the end, there wasn't a lot of hollering and getting on folks. I mean, they knew we left the field tonight on the losing end of the stick, 20-15, and there wasn't anything we can do to change that. But I told them if they're the kind of team that I think they are, they'll come back to work on Monday. We'll get ready for Pleasant Valley, and we'll respond, and we'll play like we're supposed to play. And or if they let the things that happen tonight become divisive, and they can carry over into the next ball game, that's what can't happen. But we'll watch the film on Monday with our team, and we'll show them the things that we did well. We'll look at the things that we didn't do so well, and we'll try to correct that and get back after it on Monday and get ready for the next game.
And I mean, Coach, even when you guys went down, I have to commend the players because they were still telling each other, come on, you're not done. We're not done. Stay up. You've got this. You're doing great. And even when people were, missing blocks or not making the tackle, they'd still come back to the side. Like, I didn't hear any yin about that. And I think that speaks volumes about the coaching staff that you guys have coached these kids to, really and truly, you have great kids.
Well, we do, and I'm very proud of them. I'm proud of the guys. I'm proud of the effort that they give each and every week. you know, if you want to look at a bright spot there, you know, they had a 4th and 2 there at the end, and the first down salts the game, puts it away, and they can take a knee. And we bowed our neck right there and got a stop on about the 22, 23-yard line. And then, you know, we put together 2 or 3 first downs and got out, you know, to about their 45 or whatever. And, you know, we throw one right there at the end. We just couldn't make that connection, just right off our fingertips, and goes up in there, and their safety picks it off, and they're able to take a knee, you know. But, you know, to show you the resiliency of our guys, that even with all those things, even with the 100 yards or so in penalties, even with the 4 turnovers and all that, you know, we were down here with our back against the wall, and we had to get a stop on 4th and 2 to get the ball back and give our offense a chance. Our guys bowed their neck and got the ball back, and like I said, the offense cranked out about 3 quick first downs and got it out past midfield. And you're thinking, okay, these guys are going to find a way. And, you know, we had a good play call right there at the end with Jack going over the middle to Jakari, and, you know, just a little high, went off his fingertips, and we hauled that one in, and we're looking at 1st and 10 with about the 20-yard line with 45 seconds, you know, and taking some chances at the end zone. So that's the one thing I always say about, you don't never count our guys out. We're never out of one. You know, we did much like the game last year at Welborn. I keep going back to that one. And, you know, the 15 team, we lost a game at Leeds. It was a hard-fought game that we had an opportunity to win that game. We just couldn't get a stop when we had to have it, you know. Just when you think about things like that, I think it was a punt return maybe in that game that kind of broke our back. But, you know, when you play our guys, you're going to have to beat us, and you're going to have to play all the way to the last whistle. And you know, just like in all those games I've mentioned previously that were some hard luck losses, you know, we went right down the wire, and our guys are not going to give up. They're not going to give in. They're going to play hard, and they fought hard tonight to give us a chance to win. We just come up a little bit short.
And I will stand by. I mean, Piedmont, like you said, you have to beat them. You have to come in and you have to, like, you got to be ready to hit. You got to be ready to. And Ohatchee came in, like, they came in guns blazing, and I hate to see it. Bulldog at heart. I mean, again, like, I know I'm supposed to be unbiased, but I don't have a real boss, so.
Well, this is the Piedmont football show.
This is true. I can do it
on these particular occasions. It's okay to be a little bit biased. You know,
so
that's the way it is. But you know, at the end of the night, every night always don't end the way you want it to. Tonight, obviously, it's not the result that we were wanting, but it's what we got. We got to live with it and get better from it.
Well, and I know that the Piedmont that showed up tonight, like, I mean, it's like, it's almost it's like a wake up call, like you said, and I'm looking forward to Pleasant Valley, and I know that you guys are going to have a wonderful week of practice. I feel like everyone's going to come in more focused and more, because Piedmont's not a group of quitters.
Right.
They're not a group of losers.
I agree.
And the kids that are coming back Monday are going to be the Piedmont that we saw last week, because, I mean, again, some of one of the best coaching staffs in the state with some of the best kids in the state, period, bar none. At me, Blancho421, if you got a problem with it, it just is what it is. And Piedmont will be back next week. I'm speaking it. I've declared it.
Like I said, I think we'll be back. I think we'll come back to work on Monday, and we'll get better. And
we will.
That's what we got to do. That's what we got to focus on, fixing ourselves. You know, in Pleasant Valley, they've got us coming to their place. Last year, that was a very hard-fought game down at their place. You know, we scored a couple touchdowns in the fourth quarter. The final score looked a little bit more convincing than what the first 3 quarters really were, you know, and it was a hard-fought game. And, you know, I've had a lot of respect for Coach Nix and what he does down there with the guys that he's got, and, you know, the work ethic that he's instilling in those guys, and the upgrades they've made to their facilities, and the emphasis they've placed on football at Pleasant Valley. And I think he's done a wonderful job, and we're going to get their best effort, and we know that's going to happen. We just got to get back in the weight room, practice field, all the things that we do as part of our normal week, and we got to get better.
And I believe you will. There's not a better group of kids to do it, or under a better coaching staff.
I appreciate you saying that.
Well, Coach Smith, you know you're my hero.
Yeah.
Again, but thank you so much for sitting down with us tonight. I mean, you know, I was like, I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm not used to
I've done this a long time.
Yes, you have.
I've been on the losing end plenty of times. You gotta, you know, you can't just be. I don't want our kids to be front runners and you know, doing things the right way just when things are going good. You know, part of being mature and growing up and being a leader, you got to be able to keep that same even keel when things don't go good. Tonight didn't go our way, but you know, it still is what it is. They're still our kids. They're still our players. Still love our coaches and our players, and we got families that we want to love on this weekend and come back to work on Monday.
coming back to work on Monday. Well, you heard it here first. Coach Smith, thank you again for being with us. Again, this is the Coach Smith Show, and it's brought to you by Clint Bradley with Country Financial. Do you want to say it this time?
I'm not going to say it.
Clint would love it.
I'll let you say it.
It'd make Clint's life, and then he'd be able to cash in on his own life insurance policy.
If you think you're going to die, Clint, you got it.
You heard it here first.
All right.
Thanks, guys.